welcome in to episode 8 of our Let's Play Humankind series at Humankind difficulty. This is the first Let's Play on the YouTube series that we're doing at the top difficulty. It is going pretty well so far. We have a very aggressive neighbor who, as of the last episode, we have been at war with for several turns. The war is going, in my opinion, spectacularly well, but I'll let you be the judge of that as we jump into the game and as we figure out kind of how we're going to progress through the war. I have some ideas I'll share with you once we get in game for how we might deal with that. I think it's going to get really interesting really quickly to see how we manage the scenario that we've been put in. There's a couple things we'll talk through just to understand why we might make some of the decisions that we're going to make, and we'll continue our Let's Play series from there. If you need to catch up on the rest of the series, if you missed an episode, if you didn't see the episode 1, the link to the very first episode in the series is below. That will link you through to all of the rest of them if you want to catch up on how we got to where we are here today. Don't forget, as always, please feel free to thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. All of that really much helps grow the channel and get more Humankind content out there in the world, which is something I'm very passionate about because I really love this game. But all that said, let's see how the war progresses and if we can get through the classical era in some way, shape, or form in today's episode. Here we are, of course, in the classical era, playing as the Marians. This is our capital city of Anug. We originally were playing the Sumerians in this game, and so the Sumerians were our first choice, and now we are the Marians in the classical era. You can see we only have 1 star right now. We are just entering in the classical era. We actually started the classical era last week in the episode, and then we are going to be jumping through all the way if we can. I mean, I honestly don't know how far we're going to get. The war will dictate many, many things, and specifically, the war will dictate how fast we get to move. Now, if you recall last time, we actually defeated an army here. A very odd move by the AI. They attacked into a city that I had a full army in. They had basically disadvantage on every front. I didn't even play the battle out because it was an auto resolve in which I took no unit loss, and they lost everything. So I didn't feel like messing that up. So I just took the auto resolve. It was easy to do. It keeps the game flowing a little faster. I will look for opportunities to do that. Most of the time, if I look at an auto resolve and I'm going to lose a unit, I'm probably going to fight that out myself to see if I can't, like, keep that unit alive somehow, tuck him into the back without, once he gets damaged. But this particular auto-resolve went super well for us, so we went ahead and left that. This army is now slightly damaged, and we are trying to save up gold to upgrade all of our archers to our unique unit, our Sam Nayas. I'm going to go with that. They are incredibly powerful for the age that they are in. They do not have any competition until Crossbowmen, which is not until the next era, and they are potent. Now, the major problem is they cost 360 gold a pop. We're actually losing 32 gold per turn right now, based on our trade routes that we have established, which is highly problematic, and so we are looking to gain some gold. Here's my current plan. Because we crushed an army here, and we are basically baiting his other army down here, which is a pretty potent army. We're baiting that army into essentially a trap. We've got our army coming up from the south. We're trying to bait him into a fight such that this army can come in as a support and we can keep all of our units alive. That is the goal, right? Is to maneuver everyone kind of in a way that will allow us to trap this army into a nice little attack that will get them killed as well. If that succeeds, we have 2 full armies that will begin to move across the land. And my plan is we pillage our way to unit upgrades. If we can get some decent pillages off, we should get enough gold to be able to upgrade our units. If we can pillage our way towards Sarge's land and into Sarge's land, 100 games, 100 days right here, the AI we are fighting against, we may very well be able to swing this war completely in the opposite direction. And so that is the goal today, is let's bait this army into a trap. We know he has at least 1 other army here, and I'm willing to bet there is at least 1 other full army and something else floating around in his territory. But we know he has a defensive army here in Corral. That army popped out and then actually retreated back when they met our army here that we have now retreated back to try to help with our defense of the capital and killing the 2 armies that came to the north. That will set up for, if we can get this win in the fight, if we can defeat this army, that will set up for our crossing, in which we can send 1 army here to burn this administrative center down. We can send 1 army here to burn this administrative center down. That would be really potent. Even if all we do is burn these 2 administrative centers down and then essentially the war ends, we would add both of those territories into our fold, and that would be big. We would get access to a large swath of our continent. The reality is, depending on what happens, we may need to push the war further than that, and it'll depend on how war score turns out and if we can get the wins, right? This could all completely backfire and go back in our faces, but this is not the New World like we thought it was. This is arguably and probably not the New World like we thought it was. We'll find that out shortly. We have a unit that's making their way this direction to try to get this island claim, and then we'll see what's going on. The likelihood is that the New World is somewhere over here. Icarus was the person, purple here is the one who discovered it. So we may be actually in trouble from a land grab perspective unless we can get some units over there pretty quickly, which we might be able to potentially, but we have to find that out. In which case, if we can't, I mean, this is the land that we kind of need in order to make the game work. We're also currently in a position where we desperately need a 3rd city. This is about the point in the game where we get into kind of turn like 60 to 80, where I would probably in a normal game with this amount of influence that we have sitting right here, have a 3rd city down already in some way, shape, or form. So I'm a little bit concerned about getting behind from a star perspective because we're only running 2 cities, and so that will be something we're looking for as well. If we can take Corral, we can make that our 3rd city. That's pretty easy. I don't know how much the war will progress in that direction, so we will see as we go. If we can get our unit upgrades through pillaging, I think we'll be sitting pretty. Right now, we're kind of struggling on the money front. We are building a market quarter, but man, we are building slowly so far. We could really use a tenant, to be honest. We haven't even gotten to pick a tenant. We're 1 follower away, but Judaism continues to spread in our land. Let's check out the tenants. This would be great for us. If we could get a follower on the next turn, we would get abstain, and we would super boost our industry for the rest of the game in everything we put down. It's just like +2 on forest and woodland, +2 on religious, and then obviously the holy site. This is really nice. I love this tenant. So hopefully we can get to that. That will be our goal. If we get a follower on this next turn, that would be wonderful. We have a lot of holy sites down because we have temple down as well. Temple also counts as a holy site, I believe, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it counts as a holy site. So that's... we should be sitting pretty here if we can get another follower. Here's what I want to do. I want guys moving... It takes 3 turns? Let's move. Let's have units set to move. I'm really interested in what happens right here when we press end turn. Here we go. We get our units moving. He's gonna move away. Where is he going? He's gonna do it again. He's gonna come up and attack our other city where he already lost a horrible battle. If we get to auto-resolve this again and just completely crush him, this will be... Alright, well, let's find out. Yeah, we've got our citizens, obviously. We have our entire army, which, again, we have an Aga-Ush army, so their swordsmen are relatively potent, but our Aga-Ush have the unified force trait, remember? So our Aga-Ush actually attack at 25. They have a 25 strength because there's 3 of them in this army. So that's not bad. Their swordsmen are at 27, right? So we have a slight disadvantage there. Our citizens are only at 20 attack, so that's not like the greatest thing in the world. We also have an archer. They have an archer. This army is slightly better than the one that they had sent, and so my initial thought is we're probably going to have to actually fight this one, but let's find out. So we're gonna saute, or yeah, I believe it's a French word. We're going to come out of the city and attack. Oh, we have just a lovely... The battle lines get drawn so heavily in our favor here, I feel like. Because we could just sit on high ground stuff. Oh, man. What does the instant resolve say? The instant resolve says he fully dies. His reinforcement fully dies. Do I lose units? I lose a citizen? And none of my army. I don't even feel like fighting this. To be honest, it will speed up this episode immensely if I just instant resolve this, and I am very much okay with using... I lose, what, a single citizen? I'm not sure I can manage the battle any better than that, to be honest. I'm not the most the most tactical of battle masters. I think I just take the auto resolve on this. That's 5 of his units dead to 1 of mine and a massive fight win. I'm just gonna take the instant resolve. Boom. There's a military star as well. That's beautiful. He lost all his units. He even brought his envoy into the fight and lost the envoy as well. That's pretty brutal. I don't know what he thinks is going on up here. The AI is clearly confused about trying to take this city. Urim does lose a population to that. We'll get that population back very quickly. And this sets us up to very quickly now. We don't have to wait any amount of turns. Actually, that's a really intriguing point. I have a question. Maybe somebody could answer this in the comments. We instant resolved that fight. Now, normally, a fight of that magnitude is more than likely going to extend beyond 1 turn, right? You're going to take probably your 3 or 4 rounds, and then you're going to go... That battle would go into the next turn. That's how I would play it, because I play the battles very defensively and allow more fights to kind of happen over time, rather than constantly attacking. So... the advantage here is our army is going to be freed up right away. Whereas and so is our city. That is actually really intriguing to me to think about, because what that means is instant resolve, now that it has the feature where it tells you what units are actually going to be destroyed and things of that nature, even if you're going to lose a couple units, if you're still going to win the fight, if the fight was going to occur over 2 turns, and you get it done in 1 turn by instant resolving, my city is now building, which it would not be if it was under attack. My units are now healing already, which they would not be if the city was still under attack. So you gain a whole turn's worth of value out of an instant resolve. I mean, at the cost of that, in that particular fight, right, I may have been able to save 1 population. That seems more than worth it to me. Fascinating to think about. There's a little tidbit that I had not thought about before as far as instant resolves are concerned. To be honest, I almost never instant resolve. Almost never. And I've done it twice in this series, which is kind of shocking. I don't think I've instant resolved twice in a game of Humankind before. I'll take fights where I have an envoy against an entire army and try to, like, run my envoy around the map and try to save him somehow. I mean, it almost never works, but, you know, that 2% of the time where somehow I get my envoy into a spot where he runs away successfully, like he basically they take the flag and then they win the battle and my envoy doesn't die, right? So I always take fights, but may not be taking them as often now, because now we can begin our moves right away, right? Like this unit can just start hauling. When is my esteed ability up? 8 turns. Okay, so that's great. I need 140 money for that as well. So we need money. We need money something fierce. Okay, we have basically the formation of another army here as well that we're going to get together. They can become kind of our defensive force or follow up our armies. I need the fastest path to this, which is through here. So let's do that. We're going to come around this way. I want to get on that as quickly as we can. That's going to take us, it looks like, 3 turns. We have a stop point here in his territory. So we're going to start trying to burn that down. These guys' goal is to get to here, which may bring out their armies, right? At that point, that's possible, and I'm actually, again, fine with that. So what really needs to happen is we need these guys to heal up. Obviously, I'm not going to spend the money to do that right now, and the army is going to almost be full healed in a turn. The question is, I own all this territory, right? So the fastest route to here, I could just get them moving, right? They'll probably be healed by the time I get out of my land. So I'm just going to send them here. They should end up healed by the time we get there, and we are about to push this attack in a very big way. He just lost an envoy, he lost another army. 2 armies that he attacked with are completely dead. I have not lost a single military unit. We lost 1 population in Urim. I am perfectly fine with that. And now we get to pick our tenant. We are, of course, going to pick abstain. There are other options here that I like. Respect the Seas bounties can be very good if you find yourself coastal. If you're in a land ripe with luxuries, you could pick reject luxury. Virtuous as water is actually probably, now that the changes with luxury resources are a fact, and you only get +5 stability for the first version, the first copy of each luxury resource you get. Used to be you got plus some amount of stability for each copy that you had. Now that causes a stability imbalance in the game, in my personal opinion. I think something needs to be tweaked a little bit with how stability works to kind of make up for that. I don't think they need to change anything about what they did with luxury resources, but I do think that stability needs some sort of an adjustment to handle that, because there's a lot of stability that is just not on the table anymore that's been removed from those luxuries. So, Virtuous as Water is going to be very, very popular probably, because +2 stability on river is pretty potent. It makes your rivers... I mean, rivers are already crazy good with the infrastructures that you can put on them. But if you get +2 stability on river as well, man, a river settle is going to be immensely important. And then if you take Virtuous, it's going to be amazing. If you're playing, you know, a mountain game, if you're playing like Zhao, Inca type of game, then Shelter of the True Oracles can be good. Smite the Unbelievers and Hunt the Infidels can be okay if you're going for war, and then Seek Wisdom. +5 Science is nothing to like shy away from necessarily per strategic. It also, I don't know. It could be good. I have nothing against Seek Wisdom. I would probably take Abstain, Respect the Seas bounties. Maybe Seek Wisdom next. Virtuous as Water will be right there, depending on the situation. Then maybe Shelter. And Reject Luxury is just situational, right? But the problem is, Reject Luxury, you're always going to have more luxury resources than you're going to have strategic resources most of the time. So you get more value out of Reject Luxury, although Science arguably could be considered more valuable. I don't know. Obviously, Reject Luxury would be nice for us right now, but we're going to pick Abstain, because that is going to get us lovely things. We're also going to pick my new favorite building. I used to use Shintoism all the time. Actually, no, sorry. I used to use Taoism all the time. I like the tranquility of it. We're going through a lot of war currently, so I think would actually like to take... Oh, my fire temple is gone? Somebody already took it. All right, well, I guess we go back to our original... We go back to a more peaceful style. We'll go with the Taoism building. All right, choose this tenant. Nope. We are now a tenanted religion, and we have abstained from intoxicants. We have a lovely building that we can put down, and we are off and running with that. We also need to rename our religion. I like to go with just the straight-up madness, you know? This is the Madish Moose channel, and we enjoy spreading a little bit of madness, so we will spread madness, if we can, across the globe. I need all these armies to get together. So these guys probably can combine this turn. I want those guys together. I want these guys to be in this army as well. We need to build one final unit for that. Let's check out our cities really quick. We have our Adubas all queued and ready. We have our artificial reservoirs being built because that's +26 food, and we're actually not growing in a nug right now. So we need to get that done as quickly as possible. Our industry is bad, but I don't think it is updated yet to include abstain. It might not have updated yet, so we'll have to see. 112. I bet you this goes down as well. I'm not sure if these have updated. They may have, but I can't tell you that for a fact. Because we're going to get, obviously, all of our... Look at... This is all forest, right? Everything... A lot of the tiles around here are forest. All of their industry levels just increased by 2. So our industry just went up by a pretty decent chunk. We got food left here, so we're still growing. We're not growing very quickly in either of these cities, which is not my favorite thing, but we have been trading military and things. So everything looks fine from that front. These guys are going to hang out for a little bit while the rest of their army gets together. These guys are on the lookout for units to potentially take advantage of. Oh, that is beautiful. A beautiful spawn of an extra Pentaconter. That is lovely. We're going to send this guy back down here, I think. I'm going to move him this way. Oh man, is there land up here? That actually is, that looks like black, which would be the Burly Gamer, I believe. And so that means this is also not the New World. So the New World is going to end up over here.
Another empire has built and gained the vision of the great lighthouse of Alexandria.
Man.
Maybe they'll let you visit.
It's New World is going to be a tough ask for us in this one. We might need to push this war in order to get the land we need. Do we take a risk and come up here? We'd have to get like, oh man, these guys die. Well, these guys don't die if we go up here, right? Because we can get back down. I'm going to take the risk on this boat getting back to land somehow. We're going to chain Pentaconter. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Another Pentaconter. We now have 3 Pentaconters. We built one. This is why you always train a boat early in the game. Okay, so I think I can just jump. Okay, let's go meet Burley. I mean, why not at this point, right? Well, let's see. This guy can go. That guy will be alive either direction. Okay, so that guy will be alive either direction. Just in case Burley does not give us open borders, this guy needs to move this way, though, so we can get him back. This guy, I believe, should be able to move into his land until we meet him. So,
understood.
Come in here. Some nice land in here. Ooh, looks pretty tasty. We'll come into the little cove area. Can you imagine being actually on this ship and like sailing into this little beautiful cove? I don't know. Am I the only one who thinks about these things when I play 4X strategy games? Okay, that was huge. We now have boats on boats on boats. And I'm very excited about that. That chain into those boats is actually going to be huge for us from an exploration standpoint. So that is very exciting. Where does this guy? Oh yeah, I forgot this happened. We should have gone and gotten this claim way earlier, because we now lost out on a really nice chunk of land right here, because Plosif has now taken that particular chunk. So we got to go claim this. That's what this guy's job now is, to get basically to here, I think. That's going to take 8 turns. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but that is what he is going to do. This boat is probably going to go patrol up there and get the exploration done. This boat will continue to kind of patrol coast to see if there's any fights we can win along the coast, or if there is maybe a trade route we could pillage or something like that. This guy will continue to explore, right? So we got options with our boats now at this point as well. Where do we want to keep an eye on? I guess this army right here. Let's hit the end turn button. Let's check a couple things.
I will listen to you if I must.
Icarus made a demand of gold. I'm not, because I'm currently at war, I don't want to incur the wrath of another civ, another culture currently, so I'm going to go ahead and just let that sit. We don't have the money to be able to trade right now anyway, so it's not really doing anything for us not to be able to make deals.
Of honest intent may have
our war support is doing amazing. We are progressing up to almost 100, and Sarge is struggling. Sarge is struggling. We also have, we can't renounce these right now, right? Which is unfortunate, but that's fine. And we'll check on...
Talk, though I'd as soon see you bleed as speak.
Wow, Plosif not very pleased, apparently. We do have some trade going on, but the problem is we can't sign anything with Plosif anymore, because Plosif is a vassal. Plosif was vassalized by... Kid Icarus, so they had a war. This was a war early on, and I can now not make deals with Plosif, which we had good deals going on, because Icarus apparently doesn't like me for whatever reason. So we'll find out how that goes. Let's hit the end turn button and see how things progress. We'll get our armies on the move. And what is this? Curiosity collected. Oh, a 50-40 curiosity? Where did we even find that? Hold on, where did this happen? Oh! It's like, I'll just get it. Wait, where is this? Oh, I totally forgot about that guy. There is a scout over here. And he was supposed to go collect that. Okay, well, we forgot about that guy. Totally forgot about him. He was literally, like, tacked out to go and get that particular thing because we were sending him south. Totally forgot about this guy. That is so funny. Okay. Thanks, dude. Well done. That's just spectacularly done, you know? All right, this guy's gonna go this way. Oh, yes, he put someone in the water. Who is it? Oh, he put a swordsman in the water. Oh, okay, so this is where we gotta get him. Let's get him. Look at Burley's territory. Oh, no! All right, well, we gotta go all in on this war. We gotta go all in on this war. Now even the island chain has been taken from us. Burley has now, on the turn that we went and... Wow, that's... All right, well. Cool. Awesome, thanks. That's such good news. Such good news. All right, well, we got boats. That's what we can say. What we can say is we have boats, so it's fine, right? Let's go over here. I think we'd probably discover his... well, actually, there's districts over here. Let's go here.
So, do you view each other as friend or foe? It's time to unravel the diplomat's dilemma.
Oh, this boat is now screwed. I did not think about that. Wait. There's unattached land here? Oh, boy. Uh-oh. We should have kept him in his land so that we could maneuver him this way. Alright, now we gotta try to save our Pentacontra somehow. Alright.
Greetings,
Hesitant.
Sovereign.
We have to...
Do you too believe that there is no limit to how high humanity might soar?
I agree, Burly Gamer. Here's the thing. I need open borders. Like, I always want trade luxuries, but this time, I just need some open borders, okay? It's just very important for the health of my men on my boat.
We would all benefit from growing closer.
Perhaps just a little something more.
I'm sorry, but no deal is better than a bad deal.
Gentlemen, this is very bad news for you. This is very bad news for you. I am very sad to announce that without open borders... Oh man, it's very painful. All right, these guys are all almost healed up already, so I could basically just send them all the way here, right? We're just gonna send them on their way. This is what we're gonna watch. So if I get this attack in right away, that's what I want to do. All right, these guys are joining in here in a turn, so this army is actually just going to wait. I guess I have to start. I guess I move in this direction. These guys are going to be in big trouble. There's no way. Especially with this turbulent water here, they are out of luck. I don't think there's any way I can save them. Unless I just declared war just to save a boat. Which, a schism in the heart. Followers of the Empire's religion continue to grow, but within the temples and holy places, tensions brew. Sadly, the blossoming interpretations of religious tenets is leading to schisms, as worshippers place more or less import on different rules. It speaks to a wider question of how other entire religions should be seen. Is religious harmony something to aspire to, or a question that shouldn't even be raised? Let us check on religious tolerance. +3 influence in territories if territories follow your state religion, or +5 faith, and we add a grievance. Now, we're pretty split here, but +3 influence is pretty nice. The cost is relatively low. Let's do a count really quick of what we get at 136 influence. Territories following our religion. Zoroastrianism has already fully spread over here, which is not my favorite thing in the world. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 territories following our religion. 8 times 3, I believe, is something like 24. 24 per is not bad at all. So I think we'll go ahead and snag that. We could take the religion to try to keep our religion alive. Looks like people are pushing religion pretty hard at this point. We may need to choose something with a religious... Oh, we did! Wait, we do have a religious district. Our stupas are religious. The adubas are not. But our stupas are a religious district. So we're going to be able to bump up our faith production in a bunch of our places once we get to building those. So I do think... Let's jump in here to our civics. Leadership we don't currently need because we don't need the army cap. Ooh. Plundered wages. Plundered wages, actually, because that's what we're about to do. I almost never enact this, but we are about to start ransacking, and we would actually get a +4 combat strength bonus when ransacking, which would be huge. I'm going to enact this. I'm going to enact this. I almost never do, but I like the idea of this a ton.
It's not
Done.
plunder.
Can I also do
It's an
religious
early form
tolerance?
of
It costs $212. You
performance-based
know what? We're going to do
incentive
it.
payments. It all sounds
that
well
was
and
expensive.
good until they start worshipping delivery services.
That was expensive, and we need money. We're 2 turns away from being in the red. We are 4 turns away from getting a market quarter, but that market quarter is not even going to get us like a monstrous amount of anything. So we have potential issues. Also, we keep getting more boats too, and boats cost maintenance. Oy. It's going to be interesting. Oh, is there a wonder to claim? How much do we need to claim a wonder? What's the deal here? 1,500? Oh, I haven't built a... Wait, what wonder did I claim? Oh, I claimed Moz. Yeah, we have to build Moz at some point. That's right. Okay. So, that's... I don't know that we'll claim another one in this era. 1 an era is plenty for me at this point. Okay, let's go over here. I want this guy selected. Out of here. Trying to get an attack done. Oh! So close. Resource sold. That's big. That boat's doing his thing. I feel like we can probably try to get this attack off on the next turn, because he's going to enter some muddy waters. It'd be really nice to get that that attack and kill in. This guy's going to grab this. Burley's territory extends a substantial amount. How's Burley doing in score? Burley's in 2nd place in score. He's up there with Icarus, so that's not particularly surprising. I want this guy to stick around, but also want him to be, like, exploring. We'll make that choice next turn. Alright, this guy... I'm just gonna go here for now. We'll probably jump him onto land again. This army is... Oh! Hi, Mr. Envoy. Probably a bad plan for you to be in my land. Okay, we're gonna try to attack that guy on the next turn as well. Okay, armies are moving. Oh, we have 151 gold from resources being sold. That's nice. So Burley bought a bunch of stuff from us, which is kind of helping us. Oh! What do we got going on here? They moved all their armies. Okay, here we go. This army is coming in and reinforcing this fight, which we are already losing. Ah, there's all the armies that I thought were there. So maybe our pillage attempts will have to hold. Although, depending on how many archers he has to come through a narrow gap in the wall right here. This is bad news for him. He can't get through here. The only attack point he has is through right here. This is all cliffed off. There's no other way to enter. If he doesn't have archers, he's about to lose a bunch of units. Let's see. What do we got? He's got swordsman and an archer and a reinforcing full army. Interesting. Okay, so how are we playing this? We retreat this and then bring our other army in? We can't. We could bring our other army into this fight right away. Oh man, this is sticky. So he's got 2 archers that are going to be able to shoot our units from wherever. We're going to have... He can only attack us once every time. So we can just rotate units out, use our archers to shoot his, bring in reinforcements. I feel like we can win this fight. This guy can come into... These guys can all come into the fight. Let's put this army together. I don't think that will mess up what I'm trying to do. Let's move them into the fight. Okay, both sides are now evenly matched. I have now brought in... I have what, double... This is double archer army, and I have a single archer here. So it's 3 archers versus 2 archers, which I like considerably. My archers are better than his archers, because I've got the +2 from Temple, right? Yeah, my archers attack at 20, and his military has to 100% come through right here. I am almost fully confident of that. I think we take this fight. What does the instant resolve tell us? Ooh. Instant resolve is telling us we lose a lot of units, but he loses the fight ultimately. So this might be a bloody battle, but we're about to test it because I'm gonna manual fight this. Look, we gotta manual fight sometimes, and this is gonna be one of those. Let's see how I do. The instant resolve says we win the fight, we kill all his units, but we lose everybody but our archers. Only our archers remain at the end of this fight on the instant resolve. So let's see if I can do better than that in the fight. Here we go. A manual battle about to transpire. Technically, we might even be able to run... Oh man, this army could join this fight on the next turn as well. Ooh, if we could, oh boy. This army can sneak up in here. I think they could do that. What do they have to come through here, right? I don't know. That might take 2 turns. It might take too long. This could be... Let's manual fight this. All of our units have deployed simultaneously. We want the ability to maneuver our troops around. Now, our archers can shoot pretty far. We want some maneuverability here. So let's take... Put archers closer to the front of the fight if we need to. We can also back archers off if we need to. The terrain here is just incredibly favorable, it seems to me. He has to come through here. He has to attack off river. I am not on river, right? He has to attack from a river tile into this tile, and then I'm just going to rotate military units in and out of here. That's going to be the plan, right? So the question then becomes, how do I ensure a solid rotation of units? I don't think I can move this unit all the way over here. I don't think I have enough movement for that. So I might need to open up a spot. Potentially. We'll have to see. We'll check that once the fight starts. I want to move these archers up as well. Just give them a decent starting range. We've got our backup unit here. These guys can also come in as backups. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Here we go. His archers are going to come in. He's going to try to take out my archers. That's problematic, actually, because I can't see his archers. Okay, that's bad news. Okay. Wait, how many archers did he just bring in? Did he not just shoot multiple times? He brought in... Oh, he brought in extra people. He brought in another reinforcing army. We are now in a problematic space because we can't see his archers. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so that messes up everything. This might be a complete loss now. With 3 archers posted high ground that I cannot see. Oh boy. It's like this archer's gonna die next turn. Ugh. Okay, well. I don't like this at all. I needed to be able to shoot. Like, this archer can't even do anything. Oh, no. Okay, I can run this guy out to get the archer in position to shoot. Can this guy run all the way out? No. So this guy can run all the way out, which I want. So we need to open this up anyway. So we open this up so that this archer can move in to be able to take shots. This fight we still win, but because I cannot see his archers over this cliff wall, or if we could we get view of that somehow? Like if I move this guy here, can I get a view?
Go this way.
I can't. I can't. It's not good. Not good. Okay, well, we're about to get archered to death, I think, in a battle that we definitely could have won. So we should auto-resolved, which is what... So that's one other advantage of auto-resolving, potentially, is they can't bring another reinforcement into that fight. The fight auto-resolves as it is, and they can't bring in, like, the extra archer they brought in. They would not have gotten that extra archer, and I think a scout horseman. So they got extra units into the fight that they wouldn't have otherwise had. I don't care about the scout, but I can't. The fact that I can't see up here, I didn't realize that was going to happen. So that high ground advantage with sight is actually the major problem here. Because if I could see him, I think we'd be fine. But I can't see his archers. His archers just going to shoot me the whole game because I can't see them. There goes our first archer. Our Our second archer dies next turn. I can't see those units. Oh, man. I mean, the reality is I would have retreated this fight if I would have known, like, that this was the outcome, right? Okay. That guy can stay. They're just gonna shoot my archers, right? Let's see. If I take my archers at some point, if I move them back here, will his archers... I'm wondering if his archers can see past these mountains, but it seems like you probably can. But maybe not. Maybe he couldn't see me if I was back here, so I could keep shooting these units. That may have been a better play. Like, get everyone behind the mountains. Possibly. If we get everyone behind the mountains, we might have been able to change the fight a little bit. These guys still have nothing really to do. They're just kind of hanging out. I guess I could just, like, can I somehow... No, I can't sneak that guy anywhere. There goes that archer unit. This guy's going to be nearly dead as well. Oh, they may have made him... I can't even see him when they stand on the edge. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is a disaster. That line of sight is an absolute disaster. Oh, well, I flubbed this one pretty hard. Now we've given up all of our terrain advantages gone. All of our archers are gone. Basically, we have horribly lost this fight at this point, which is sad. Sad but true. Man, I don't know. I might have to punt this one. Might have to save scum to the previous turn, because this fight is not the one I thought was going to happen at all. That line of sight that I did not predict was very bad. So, all right, well, let's see what happens. I think we just scum right away. Scum it, retreat it, fight a different time. I can't fight with this cliff. I didn't realize that was going to happen. All right, let's scum it. I say scum it. If you're playing at top difficulty in a 4X game, you have to be willing to save scum sometimes, especially if you learn something that you just didn't otherwise know. Like, that cliff provides full cover for his archers. I can't even see to shoot them. That was the whole... I outnumbered his archers. That was why I thought I could take the fight, right? But... sometimes you just have to learn from your mistakes and then run it back. Okay. And we're going to start marching these guys in as well, right? When does this happen? Everything just happened completely differently. Because we got attacked standing on this square. And then apparently he decided that wasn't worth it this time. We already have plundered wages enacted, so we just got our army just significantly buffed from that. It's wild. Like, when you change your focus in a game of Humankind, the amount of difference that it can make is absolutely wild to me. Like, we had focused initially, right, on getting this guy. This time, we moved our army first, and it changed everything. So we're now about to burn Outpost down in 3 turns, and we're going to take a fight with massive height advantage, because we're now going to be the ones that have this whole cliffside to be able to fight on. If they choose to attack. And we're plundering, so if they attack in the next 3 turns, we have a +4 bonus to our armies. That's just wildly and drastically different than what had happened. Sometimes the save scum is your friend, Jack. And I will fully admit to the save scum, right? Like, I save scummed that fight. I did not predict the high ground thing. In fact, I didn't even realize that was going to happen. I guess I haven't taken a fight quite like that one, where that cliff was like that. I just thought I'd be able to see his units, but obviously I could not. That was a debacle, and so now we're at a huge advantage, which is just kind of funny. So, all right, let's see if we can't get a few turns in now that we know what the heck's happening. This guy's gonna do his thing. Where'd you get? We have this not showing. No, please show me. Show me those. 80 gold. Got another 80 gold. That's nice. This guy... Oh, yeah, this guy's gonna die. I forgot.
Greetings. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Propose an alliance. It'll cost us 160. Do you think he'd accept it? This guy dies on the next turn. So, basically, he's dead, right? Like, I can't... Alright, so we take a gamble and propose an alliance.
I have a proposition for you. I think you'll like it.
Neither interesting nor desirable.
Okay, so he declined it but became pleasant?
So I see.
My guy's still gonna die, though. Okay, well, that was an unfortunate waste of influence. I don't like that at all, but, and my boat's gonna die, so... I'm not gonna declare war, so I guess we just move... How we get some exploration done? We just go here? I'm sorry, Pentaconter! I'm sorry! Wealth of the Faithless. The Empire stands for tolerance and religious freedom. Faiths of many denominations welcome here. However, now that your own religion is stronger than ever with 2 holy sites found across your land, you have the power to decide if minorities of other faiths should be subject to taxes for peaceful coexistence. Religious minorities gets us plus 10% stability on territory, or 10% money on territories if territories follow a foreign religion, and plus 10% stability if they follow a foreign religion. We don't need to enact this right now. As you can see, our civics are getting substantially expensive. We don't need to enact that because we're mostly following our own religion currently and hoping to kind of follow it more closely. What are we researching right now? Oh, yeah, we decided to go straight to siege tactics. That's a bold choice. I forgot we were doing that. All right, well, I'm fascinated at the turn of events after that save scum. That is absolutely fascinating. I honestly thought we were just going to end up in the fight again and that we were either going to have to retreat or take, like, the auto-resolve or something and just take the losses. But everything is now drastically different. So I guess we'll see what happens at the change of turns now. This guy I definitely want to be in control of at the turn. We want to get this fight off as quickly as we can. And that fight is going to be... This fight's going to go down now here. Okay. Alright. Now we've got the fight rolling in multiple fronts. Okay, we're going to do this one first. Battle at Tavan. I'm assuming we're looking at this one right here. Manual fight this. I'm just going to deploy over here. He's going to die on counter, right? He dies on counter. Another unit. Another victory for us. Multiple proposals. Burley, are you kidding me? Burley, if you send me an alliance proposal or an open borders proposal after my ship died because you declined it. Oh, I'm telling you, Burley. Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna come this way. Ah, something to pillage. A Kothon to be pillaged.
Greetings. To what do I owe this
I will
pleasure?
sign humanitarian aid.
Yes,
for
I
sure.
cannot dispute the
That sounds
benefit in that.
Well, now I bet we can get an alliance. We get an alliance next time we have a
us
treaty
savor this
available. So
moment.
4 turns, we get an alliance with Burley for sure. I think we can forgive that, but we probably need to get some stuff out.
Seek the greater good.
War support dropping,
Then I would
war
know
support
you better.
increasing. The war
Yes,
is still going well.
greetings. I hope you don't mind. if I
Arms
say-
deal. Why not? It's
I
fine.
proceed with this, but only for expediency's sake.
Like
this time.
Diplo cooperation, maybe. I can't make any other
This is
treaties with him.
unexpected. Excellent.
This proposition
Perfect.
should be in all.
Alright, we can't do anything here. We already did stuff here.
If
and
you
look,
seek
what's-
the
why-
greater good,
Why are you still demanding
then
stuff?
I would know you better.
Stop that. Stop that. It's rude. All right. We lost an army at sea. Our poor boat is gone. That is frustrating, and I don't love it. This army has the opportunity to join this fight on the next turn, though. Or we can attack this guy on this fight, on this turn. I like the idea of just getting this fight. Like, we just take this fight right here. All right, let's take a look at this first. How bad is it? We've got our two units, right? The two we had last time. They have this army, which is the one that apparently came in extra at the end or something. I'm not even sure. No, it's the extra archer that had come in, right? This archer is the one I didn't see. So they've got 2 full armies coming in. They still are stuck, right? Yeah, their battle lines are drawn right here on the south side of the map. So they can come this way, but that doesn't help them at all, except in fighting this army here. If this army is not deployable in the fight, like if I can't put them up here, then we're in trouble. But if we can... So the question is... Do we need these guys? I would really, we can still get there almost next turn. If we need to, like, pop them in to get them in here, like, I feel like we can. So I'm just going to take this fight. He'll retreat. That's fine. We'll take the war score, right? And we can actually still even move. So that's beautiful. So we can actually join this fight anyway in just a couple of turns regardless. Perfect. Okay. Now... we check the instant resolve on this fight, which is going to tell us that we lose. It's going to tell us that we lose horribly, in fact. Okay, so now we see if the instant resolves are right. I don't think we retreat this fight. I think we... Look, here's the deal. We save scum to fight already. I think we pay the price. If we can't win this fight, I think we just pay the price of not... I don't want to retreat this. I think we fight it. But we're going to fight it. It says we lose horribly. I am willing to believe that is not the case. I don't see any way... Like, they won't be able to see my archers, right? My archers should be hidden. I think? Except for maybe if they go over here. I don't know how they're going to see my units, is the biggest thing. Now, this is problematic because my units are not going to get to deploy here, and they're actually going to be stuck. So these guys are going to have to fend for themselves on the low ground here, which will be a problem. But my units up here should be totally fine, right? And my archers should have full sight on whatever they're doing. And the hope is their archers don't have full sight, right? That's the hope. But if they park a unit here, I'm willing to bet they can see at least into this spot. So I think this unit's going to get hit pretty hard. So let's move this guy over here, because I think that will keep him hidden, right? Because there's a ridge here. So we keep our units stacked on the ridge. I think they'll be able to shoot this guy, unfortunately. So this guy's going to be in some trouble. But hopefully our archers can then take care of his archers in quick fashion. We'll hide this guy. I don't know. Let's see. We'll have to see. If he can see me when I couldn't see him, I'll be furious. I'll be furious. Hidden, hidden, hidden. So they can see this guy. My guys took no damage from that archer. That's beautiful. Alright, so we just have to fend off archer attacks, basically. Okay, so he has now positioned his archers such that I have a problem, right? Alright, we're going to bring these units in right away. That's a warrior, so we want him in. This guy's going to swing in behind him, and then our archer's going to swing in. I should be able to see his archer if I park right here, right? How come I can't see this unit? I'm literally on a cliff looking down. That's, relatively speaking, frustrating. Okay, so now we gotta try to kill his archers, right? Our archers need to shoot his archers. I can't. That is, once again, a real bummer. Okay, can I if I go other places? If I go here, I can shoot his archers. If I go here, I can shoot his archers. So I'm going to move both of my guys over here so that both of them can shoot his archers. I realize that makes them susceptible to being shot by archers, but I think we have to take his archers to win this fight. There's nothing wrong with going right here. Alright, that's one archer unit essentially dealt with. He's got another two down here. This is gonna get painful, but I think we win this fight eventually. So this guy is just gonna shoot, I guess, because I can't reach his archers, and I can't see his other archers, apparently. Which seems like bull, but... Okay, now the problem will be is if he decides to full focus this guy and then get access to this ground right here. So I think we should put a full... Back this guy up. Bring this guy down. We'll bring a full health guy down there. Support him with these guys. And then this guy will just take the defensive standpoint. That did nothing. That's great. Okay, that hurt. I still can't see those guys. Okay, so he's got 2 archer units left, and we need to get these guys into a position where they can't be seen by these archers. These archers down here that are just sitting there hiding are incredibly problematic, right? So we take... This archer's very damaged. He dies. He might die next turn. We're going to use him to kill these archers. Because that's a nice, easy shot for us. And then we just start trying to kill these guys so we can try to run our guys up, I guess. We want to get these guys up here. Oh, I can't shoot that. But if I move, I can shoot, right? Okay, that's great. Actually, I want this spot. To be honest, I'm gonna attack this because I want these guys to move into this spot. Oh, there's his archers. Now you're in trouble. Now you're in trouble because now he has to attack off of a bad spot. We're good here still because he didn't even attack that. That didn't hurt nearly as much as I thought it was going to. If that archer stays alive, that'd be great. Oh, this is going splendidly. Okay. I mean, it's not going, like, perfect or anything, but our archers can now shoot their archers.
That's not possible.
It's not possible. We're too far away. How can I get you... How can I get you in range of him? This guy can shoot him, right? Can you not step right here? There's no path to that for you? How's that possible? I want you right here. How do I get you right here? Does this guy need to move? I don't know. Why that is, I do not know. Okay. Beauty, beauty, beauty. End round. Alright. Battle will continue next turn. Went swimmingly. All right, that puts us well past our time for this episode, so let's go ahead and wrap up our next movements. This guy is trying to get into territory he
Their
can no longer
city
get
becomes
into.
famously green, while everyone else is green with envy.
Okay. I guess we need to come through here. I don't know how to get this guy where he needs to go. Like, let's keep him in our territory, I guess. Oh, no, we're probably going to get access to Burley's land. We might be able to swing him that way to look for the New World. This guy, meanwhile, yeah, okay. Perfect. That's the end of the continent. I hope there's something here, otherwise we're in trouble. Maybe the New World is down here. That'd be kind of nice. Okay, so we'll go grab that with this guy. I get it back in the water. And that takes us to the end of the turn. I think we did, like, very few turns, but we save-scummed. We're in the middle of a war. I'm fine with this. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it still. I'm sorry about the pace. I know a lot of you have said you like the pace, and that's awesome, and I appreciate that so much, and hopefully you continue to like the pace. Normally I like to get at least 10 turns in for an episode, so we're now going at the pace of like 4 or 5 turns per episode, which is a little bit slow in my books. So, but war will do that to you, especially when you save scum. And I will fully admit to save scumming, and I think it's a viable thing in 4X strategy games, especially at the top level. You learn certain things. I honestly didn't know that I wasn't going to have full visibility over his units there. And as you can see, the full visibility thing is huge. My units are dying because he had hidden units. Now his units are dying because I had hidden units. So that high ground forest was crazy good. I'm assuming if that's not forest that it maybe changes the visibility, but really interesting. So that will do it for today's episode. The war continues next week. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. Next Sunday, we'll release another video. So I will see you